Good afternoon, one and all. Respected Chief Guest, GSI Superintending Geologist Rajesh sir, respected Principal, and other teachers, and all my dear friends. Myself, V. A. Randhir, currently pursuing first year Bachelor's in Geology from SN College, Chembrandi. Today, I am in front of this honorable dais to deliver a short presentation on disaster and disaster management in India. So, let's move on to the topic. I would like to begin the seminar by narrating that the Indian subcontinent in general and India in particular is highly prone to natural disasters, as well as unique geoclimatic conditions have made India highly vulnerable to natural disasters. This lesson intends to present an overview of disaster and disaster management in India. So let's move on to the objectives of the seminar. I would like to begin with the occurrences of disasters in India, impact of disasters, and status of disaster management in India. Nearly 60% of land area is slightly triggered earthquakes of various intensities. Very next, the uncommon but common disaster is flood. More than 4 crore hectare area is affected by flood almost every year. Similar to this, approximately 8% of total land area is affected by cyclones, and about 60% of land area is vulnerable to drought. These are some of the most familiar disasters. Acco- uh, According to recent studies, this is the graph which plot against economic loss due to disaster in India. During 2009, India is estimated to lose 2.7 billion US dollars. Or we can picturize the economic loss due to disaster from the graph. About 2% of the gross domestic product in India is lost due to disaster. As per the recent scenario, there are only 27 disaster-prone areas, and by the recent studies, we can make an overview that the state of Rajasthan, our most drought-prone area of India, and east coast of India are broadly affected by cyclones. The eastern coast cuts three Indian states, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Odisha. So these states are broadly affected by cyclones. On other hand, the Kutch and Andaman Nicobar and Himalayan and sub-Himalayan regions are mainly affected by earthquake. With the exception of natural disasters, man-made disasters like fire, epidemics, industrial and transport disasters, conflicts, communal riots, road accidents leave a long trail of mortality and morbidity. Blast in capital city and series of bomb blasting in Mumbai kills 209 lives. Let's move on to the next stage. Occurrence of natural disaster in India. Climate change, increasing urbanization, including growing concentration of people in unplanned and unsafe urban settlements and exposed coastal areas, poverty, HIV prevalence, and inadequate attention to changing risk patterns and placing more and more people in disaster-prone positions. Additionally, the absence of disaster preparedness is seen as a major reason for a large number and greater impact of natural disaster. From the above discussions, disasters destabilize developments and various achievements. This causes destruction of our social and economic assets. Coming to statistical analysis, uh, the impact of natural disasters are loss of production capacity, livelihood, damage to transport, communication, and erosion of physical as well as social capital, which ultimately limit the development process and all. As per the study, earthquake affected areas in Gujarat, most of the victims were poor peoples. Peoples from lower socioeconomic status tends to live in hazard prone areas because they do not have the money or resources to live elsewhere. So we can clearly say that poverty is a major contributor to vulnerability of natural disaster. Let's move on to the most important part of seminar, disaster management in India. Disaster management is essentially a developmental problem, and thus any preparedness and mitigation planning will have to be taken up in keeping in mind the environmental concerns that the country is facing today. The government of India has set up a national committee named the High Power Committee on Disaster Management under the chairmanship of Prime Minister. The recommendations of this national committee would form the basis of Natural Disaster Risk Management Program. The new approach proceeds from the conviction that development cannot be sustainable unless disaster mitigation is built into the development process. The new policy also emanates from the belief that investment in mitigation are much more cost-effective than expenditure in relief and rehabilitation. Finally, let's move into the conclusion of the seminar. The influence of geologists or geoscientists in our current society. A geologist can use their knowledge about disasters and how they occur and places which are prone to disaster and generate reports all across India, which can be point out places where disasters can take place and place which will adverse effects on disasters. A geologist can help to educate the common population about disaster and its adverse effects. This will help population and common people to cope with change. A geologist has exact know-how and knowledge about several situations regarding natural disasters. This will help them to properly analyze and visualize a particular landscape and generate disaster vulnerability reports and can be shared all across the public. So people can cross-refer this particular report before buying a land or constructing houses or large-scale buildings, etc. This will reduce the future impact of disasters. Areas which are prone to landslides, retaining walls, mud walls, etc. can be constructed to prevent future destruction. Plantation of bamboo can be done in landslide-prone areas to prevent more landslide. In places which are prone to floods, houses with stilts can be constructed. Places which are prone to earthquake, earthquake-proof buildings and only earthquake-proof constructions should be allowed. This will lead to very less amount of loss of economic wealth, which will further lead to the development of our nation. So my seminar is come to an end. I just want to thank everyone for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Randhir. Anybody have any questions or clarifications that needs to be done? You may ask.
Randhir, do you know the disaster management division in Kerala, state disaster management division? You heard about that?
No, sir.
Okay, there is an organization or an office in Kavadiyar, okay, in Trivandrum. It is called State Disaster Management Division. That is associated with the Chief Minister's office, okay. So any disaster that is happening, like cyclones, flood, and all these organization is giving this is the nodal agency for all these things. But disaster management division is working for landslides and all. They are depending on GSI. So we are having a close tie-up with the state disaster management. So if landslide is happening, GSI is the nodal agency for all the landslide studies over India, all over India. So we'll give the data. So you should know there is a state disaster management division, and it is headed by Dr. Shekhar. Okay, Shekhar is an alumni of University College. My 2-year senior. He was doing geography, not geology. Now he is the head. Okay, this for your information.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Rajesh sir.